Good snap, the hold, the kick is up, the kick is good!
Will be a swing by Kramer, kept alive by Jalbert. Lucas with the attack off the side of the block for the kill.
Cassette, he looks to go off guard, tucks back inside to the A gap, and he gets in for the touchdown.
Harrington, angle, off a touch, diving, Dunbar, holy cats, wow!
Starcevic in the shotgun, play action, looking for man, has him down the field to his brother Starcevic for the touchdown. It's 31 yards. Jake.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Back here at Jerlo Field in Kindred as the Kindred Vikings set to take on the Lisbon Broncos here on yourliveevent.com. James Martin's here with you on our pregame. We'll fix our camera here a little bit. We'll come back with some pregame comments a little bit later on. We'll check in with both head coaches, Mark Moss from Lisbon and Eric Bergad of Kindred coming up here on our pregame comments here on yourliveevent.com. It's Kindred and Lisbon, Region 1 battle between these two undefeated teams.
Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
At Stock Growers Bank in Lisbon, let them turn your dreams into reality and help watch them grow. Loan Officer Wyatt Smith will give you a tailored solution to fit your unique requests. From farming, buying a new home, or investing in your future, he has you covered. Stock Growers Bank celebrating 125 years of banking in your local communities. For more information, call Wyatt at 701-683-5000. Stock Growers Bank, where your success is their top priority. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
On our pregame here tonight, as we get set for the kickoff between the Kindred Vikings and the Lisbon Broncos, joined by the head coach of the Lisbon Broncos and Mark Moss. And Mark, I got to tell you, just looking at the stats, looking at the score lines, it's a pretty impressive start to the season. You're almost like playing a backyard football games out there, outscoring your opponents 56-0 in the first two games. You got a quarterback that's throwing for about 600 yards combined, spreading the ball around to 7 different receivers. I got to think it's a pretty good start, especially on the offensive side in the first two games.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I don't think we could have scripted a better start to the season. It's been a lot of fun. The kids are working hard. They came into the season with some expectations that, we were going to kind of throw the ball around a little bit. Our offense is really clicking right now, but, I've really been impressed with our defense too. So, we're at 2 shutouts in a row. So, I guess you couldn't have asked for a better start to our season.
What's on the improving end? What does this team still need to work on to get to that next level?
Well, there's still some things we want to clean up, after the first 2 games. We've turned the ball over a few times. Yes, we passed the ball well, but I'd like to see us run the ball a little better. Defensively, we really haven't been smacked in the mouth yet, this year. So, our tackling's been pretty good, but, we just got to make sure we're getting off the field when we get the opportunity on defense. And there's just things as a coach you always want to clean up. We nitpick in film and things like that. But so far, there's been way more positives than negatives this season.
Of course, your quarterback there in Bittner with an outstanding start to the year has not thrown an interception in those nearly 600 yards. What have you noticed most about him and about his progression throughout his high school career?
Yeah, so, we knew coming into the season what we had in Jordan. Jordan played a little bit last year. He's got a great arm. He likes to spread the ball around. He can get out of the pocket and throw on the run, which is good. But, the thing that I've really been impressed with Jordan is his vision. He sees the whole field. He sees the receivers getting open and he gets them the balls. So, he knows when to step up in the pocket. So, I mean, he's had a really good start to the season so far. But, yeah, his vision is just next level type vision.
Of course, our Lisbon fans have been able to watch you guys all throughout the years, and this season with your home game against Valley City. Walk me through what maybe the Kindred fans that haven't seen your team yet, some of the players they should look out for tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure everybody in the region, when they think of Lisbon, they think, we're going to be a physical football team that likes to run the football. And, this year, we kind of made it a goal to throw the ball a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, outside of Jordan, obviously he's Kindred's obviously going to be focusing on trying to keep him in the pocket and contain him. But, we have receivers in Lincoln Adair and Jacob Olsen, who have both had big games for us this year. Tyreek and Eli Lyons running the ball, but the big thing, and we knew this, the strength of our team is the guys up front. Parker Tapson, Aiden Hinkle, Hunter Lukes. They've all played a lot of football. We're definitely not a small football team, but I've always said a good football team is good in the trenches, and our offensive and our defensive lines have really dominated the first two games.
You got a big test tonight in the Kindred Vikings, number one ranked team in the state. They've played two very different games, a really tight one with an incredible opponent in Velva, Garrison Draganamus, and then one they had pretty much control against from the start in Wahpeton. What's the important matchups? What are the important keys tonight against Kindred?
Yeah, well, the big thing for us, I mean, and we've been stressing it all week, is the start of the game. In games where we played the Kindred and the Central Castles in the past, we've gotten off to some slow starts, and we've been able to get away with that against some other teams. But if we get off to a slow start today, it could be 14-0 or something like that before we settle down. So the start's going to be big. We're going to have to move the ball offensively and just keep getting first downs and put pressure on their defense. And then when we're on defense, we have to, if we're get them in third and long, we got to get off the field and get back on offense. So, I mean, there's just a lot of keys to the game, but the big thing for us has got to be the start to the game and our mentality going into it. We think we're a good football team. We know what we're playing against tonight. We know we're up against the number one team in the state, but a big thing is our mentality. We think we can play with them, and we got to go out there and show it now.
Two teams with some great offenses, some great defenses. Should be a fun show. Mark, anything else you want to mention here on the pregame?
No, just thanks for doing the game tonight. It should be a really fun Friday night atmosphere at the game, and we're hoping to stick with them tonight and make it a good game.
Big Region 1 showdown tonight here on your live event between Kindred and Lisbon ahead of the kickoff. That's Mark Moss, head coach of the Lisbon Broncos. Mark, thanks for the time. Best of luck tonight.
Yeah, thanks. We'll see you at the game tonight.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
I love my decision. I love the smallness of it and how close everyone is. Some of my other friends went to a four-year school, and I'm going to be done before them, even with 2 degrees and for a lot less money. My name's Casey, and I'm here for my future.
first week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like every time I go to a meeting, like everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
On our pregame here ahead of the kickoff between the Kindred Vikings and the Lisbon Broncos, joined by the head coach of the Kindred Vikings, Eric Bergad. And Eric, your team's off to a good start so far, 2-0, two vastly different games, a tight one against Velva Garrison, Drake-Animus week 1, and a little bit more of a blowout down in Wahpeton, 50-12, the final in that one. Some good things from what I've seen from the numbers. You guys are running all over the field, averaging 300 yards per game in the first 2 contests on the ground, but coughing the ball up a couple of times. Your assessment on where your team is in the first couple weeks.
Yeah, and you kind of talk about the 2 different outcomes in those games and how they were different matchups. But one thing we felt as a coaching staff that was consistent was just our intensity and our physicality. And, sometimes when you get into a game like we did against Wahpeton, it's easy to, just not be sharp. And, the kids kind of, they pump the brakes a little bit. They don't play as fast as they should. They don't play as physical as they should. But we didn't see that. So that was our biggest takeaway, from that game. And in both games we have turned the football over, and we know it. We're preaching it. We're practicing it. It's a huge emphasis for us. But we know you can't be a good team and lose the turnover battle. And on defense, we're not doing a good enough job creating those turnovers. We feel like we've missed some opportunities. So it's something we're focused in on, and same thing on offense. And we got a ton of offense in right now. And we feel like we have an answer for a lot of defensive looks. But with that, you got to be really sharp mentally, and, you got to be a Simon Sharp, and you got to take care of the football. So just adding to what you're saying, we're aware of it, and we know we got to get better in the turnover battle.
Again, from week 1 to week 2, I think is a great opportunity to kind of see where the guys are going and how you've improved. You mentioned a couple of things, but how else do you think this team improved from week 1 to week 2, and we're hoping that train will continue into week 3?
I'm happy with the depth we're developing. We've had quite a few players, that are on the field that didn't take a ton of snaps last year, and they're solidifying their roles and just their spots on the team. And you're seeing the work that they did in the weight room over the summer and all last season really, pay off for them, and they're growing their confidence each week. And that's a huge deal, because we have our players who are established. They played a big role in last year's team, but when you start putting those other pieces to the puzzle together, becomes pretty fun. You start to create a new team identity, and you're just trying to get all that to mesh together right now.
Couple of players to point out, a couple of players to watch. Of course, your quarterback, Jake Starcevic, making some nice gains through the air and on the ground with touchdowns each department. Kylan Swenson's continuing to have a very productive return. And Brooks Bacco, especially, not just on the offensive side, which I think a lot of people knew about, but on the defensive side, he's got, I believe, all 3 of your team's takeaways. Your thoughts on kind of your leaders so far in the first couple weeks?
Yeah, they're doing what we expect them to do. And we're really big on playing all our players, if able, on both sides of the football. And they're great contributors on O and on D. And it's the same mentality. It's the same mindset and demeanor that we have to be good on offense if we want to win big games. And we got to be good on defense if we want to win big games. So those guys are doing a fantastic job, and they get it done in practice too. They're pulling other people along with them. And, Brooks is kind of in a new role this year where he really only played defense last year. So he's got a heavier workload, and he's handling that really well, just as we thought he would.
Talk about a team that's a standout on defense. You're taking on the Lisbon Broncos squad. Mark Moss has got his team in fighting shape once again. They have not allowed a single point in the first 2 weeks of the season. Your thoughts on this year's edition of the Broncos?
They look a little bit different than what we've seen in the past, both offensive structure and defensive structure. So, we can't roll over last year's game plan and think that it's going to work against this year's Broncos team. So, we're trying to get square on everything they do and just learn their personnel. But one thing that I do see within their team is that they're playing with a lot of confidence right now, and their quarterback's completing a lot of footballs, and they got a lot of good athletes on the field. So we'll have to zero in on all that and be sharp on Friday night.
Eric, anything else that's going to be key to get the win over Lisbon?
We always try to put the focus back on us. We control the tempo of the game, that we control the physicality of the game. Those are all things that we can do and things we want to do well in practice and see show up on Friday nights. So the goal would be, can we be the more physical team? And that's not always an easy task. It's never an easy task against Lisbon because they got big, strong kids who like football just like our kids like football. So I'm excited to see how it plays out on Friday night.
That's head coach of the Kindred Vikings, Eric Bergad, joining us here on the pregame, ahead of the kickoff between the Kindred Vikings and the Lisbon Broncos on yourliveevent.com. Coach, as always, thanks for the time and best of luck.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for having me, James.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Available, the 2024 R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide. The digital version of the R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide is available at rjbroadcasting.com. This year, featuring schedules for the fall sports teams in the region, along with photos, coaches' bios, and highlights from the 2023 season and the fall broadcast schedule for R&J Sports and yourliveevent.com. The digital version of the 2024 R&J Sports Guide is available now at rjbroadcasting.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullison Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency.
Coming back inside our Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth here on yourliveevent.com. Stock Growers Bank, your small town bank and big time partner with the Stock Growers mobile app. Experience banking at your fingertips anytime, anywhere. Bank near so you can go far with Stock Growers Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth, as you see here. The Kansas City Chiefs, no, I'm kidding. The Lisbon Broncos warming up there on this side of the field. They've certainly played like the Kansas City Chiefs, though. They've outscored their opponents 56-0. Park River area and Valley City, 24-0 against the Aggies and 32-0 against the Liners. On the other side of the field, we've got the Kindred Vikings. They are warming up, as they are 2-0 as well. Two vastly different contests this season, with a win either way over Velva Garrison Drake Animus, and a win as well over Wahpeton last week. It's 13-6 in week 1 and 50-12 in week number 2. So both these teams are 2-0. The Vikings are ranked number 1 in the state. Lisbon trying to get into the top 5. At the end of the day, though, as you'll hear any coach say, they're just trying to win the game. Take a look here at some of the stat leaders for both of these teams. We'll start with these Lisbon Broncos. They're led by their quarterback in Jaden Bittner. Bittner, a number 11, and he is a junior, so Just 6 foot, but he's slinging the ball around like Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs. Right now, his stats are really impressive. He spread the ball around to 7 different receivers, totaling just shy of 600 passing yards with no interceptions and 4 touchdowns, 4 passing touchdowns. 2 to Lincoln Adair, 2 as well to Jacob Lyons. Those are the 4 getting the touchdown receptions. Your leading receiver is Lyons. He's got had 7 catches for 131 yards and a touchdown in the win over Valley City. Added that up with 3 more catches for 55 yards. Lincoln Adair are about the same. 121 in the win over Park River with a couple of touchdowns, 76 yards off 6 catches in the win over Valley City. As you heard Mark Moss mention in the pregame, he wants his squad to run the ball definitely more than they have been in the past. And they've just got on the ground so far 248 yards rushing, led by Tyreek Atchison with 49 yards in Game 1, 69 in Game 2. Just a little over 100 yards rushing for the season. Some of the stats there for the Broncos. They have fumbled the ball a few times, but no picks as of yet for this junior quarterback. He's completing nearly 80% of his passes. Checking in with the Kindred Vikings stats through Week 2. Some of the highlights, as I mentioned, the Broncos are throwing about 600 yards in the first 2 games, averaging about 300 yards through the air. The Vikings are averaging about 300 yards on the ground, 600 total yards. Jake Starcevic and Kylan Swenson. Swenson 277, Starcevic 276. With 4 touchdowns for Kylan Swenson. Great return for him. Averaging a couple per game. Jake Starcevic a couple on the ground himself. Starcevic through the air, 68% pass completions, only thrown 22 passes, 222 yards for 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. So definitely want to cut down on the interceptions. Leading receiver Brooks Bacco, 6 catches all season, 81 yards and a touchdown. So really, these 2 teams, they like to run the ball. Kindred likes to run the ball more, and Lisbon, traditionally a run powerhouse, has been have a lot more success on the passing side of things. So we'll certainly see what side of the offense plays out here tonight. I think the offense that has their better style, that can do more damage the way they like to do damage, will be able to come away with the victory here tonight. And, of course, it's all about the other keys. Want to win the turnover battle, as both coaches mentioned in their pregame. You want to start out strong, play your tempo, all the typical things that we usually see in games like this. That both these teams, they want to do those types of things tonight. It could be a fantastic game. I think this is a dark horse game for Lisbon. Lisbon, they want to come and show that they're not just a run team. If they can throw the ball around against this talented Kindred squad, then I have no doubt Lisbon will be ranked in the top 5 by the end of the night here, or by next week's polls come out. Speaking of top 5, here are your new top 5 NDHSAA polls brought on by the Sportscasters and Sports Writers Association. Top 5, your Kindred Vikings still number 1. 17, all 17 first place votes, 85 total points. Central Cass 2-0 with a big win over Langdon last week. They're number 2 ranked. Velva Garrison Drake Cannon was ranked number 3. Langdon area more Munich 4, and Bishop Ryan rounds out your top 5 at number 5. Carrington and Killdeer also received votes in the polls here this past week. Of course, we have Carrington's game against Thompson on yourliveevent.com. Should be a great contest tonight between the Cardinals and Carrington and beg your pardon, we do not have Carrington's game tonight. It's Thompson Hillsborough Central Valley. Thompson Hillsborough Central Valley, of course, the Burroughs homecoming game on yourliveevent.com. Carrington this week, they are on the road at Grafton, so we do not have that game tonight. Other games we do have tonight, Adabor West, season opener against Bagley. Northern Cass is at Central Cass in the Cass County battle. Polk County West hosts Monoman Waban. Thompson is at Hillsborough Central Valley. Kindred hosts Lisbon. Lemoore Litchfield Marion's at Maple River. Pine River Bacchus hosts New York Mills. And Mayport CG is at Sargent County. Those are the games we have coming up here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Go check out our full schedule at YourLiveEvent.com. So we take a look here again at some of the schedules. My apologies, it's the second week for Ada Borup West. They opened up last week with a win at New York Mills, 14-0. It's their home opener this particular week. Let's get you through the starting lineups. Starting lineups here on YourLiveEvent.com. We will start with the road team in the Lisbon Broncos. Lisbon Broncos will go with their defensive starters here tonight for Mark Moss and the Lisbon Broncos. It's a defensive end, number 54, 6'5", 250-pound senior Parker Tapson. Another defensive end, a 6'2", 185-pound senior Tyreek Atchison. At defensive tackle, 6'1", 245-pound senior number 74, Hunter Lukes. 5 linebackers in this roster. Number 5, a 5'10", 160-pound senior Jacob Lyons. Number 11, a 6', 170-pound junior Jordan Bittner. Number 50, a 6', 195-pound senior Gavin Williams. Eli Lyons, a 5'9", 175-pound junior, number 30. And number 52, it's Aiden Hinkle, a 6'4", 245-pound senior. Defensive backs, number 16, that's Elliot Welter, 6'3", 170-pound senior. Defensive back, number 2, Seamus Kelly, 5'10", 160-pound senior. And a defensive back, number 18, a 6'1", 165-pound senior, Lincoln Adair. It's the defensive starters for head coach Mark Moss, assisted by Jason Coonsey, Kevin McCleary, Tyler Elijah, and Lucas Edgerly. That's the starters they did announce. Although I do believe that Kindred won the toss and they elected to defer. So we'll get to their offensive starters, Lisbon's and Kindred's defense, when we get out onto the field. Here's Kindred's offensive starters here this evening. And starters there for the Vikings on offense. 6', 200-pound offensive tackle. He's a junior, number 55, Tannen Johnson. At guard, a 5'10", 180-pound junior, number 54, Miles Stroh. At the center, 5'11", 245-pound senior, number 59, Tate Miller. At guard, a 6', 200-pound junior, number 50, Lincoln Swenson. And at the other tackle, it's a 6'5", 240-pound, holy terror, sophomore number 72, Luke Starcevic. At the tight end, a 5'10", 190-pound senior, number 5, Hunter Bindus. At wide receiver, a 6'3", 180-pound senior, number 4, Isaac Spellhog. At wide receiver, 6'5", 185-pound sophomore, number 2, Brooks Bacco. At the halfback, a 5'10", 170-pound freshman, or sophomore, number 8, Miles Sealgis. Out of the running back, a 5'10", 180-pound senior, number 21, Kylan Swenson. And your 6'2", 215-pound senior quarterback, number 10, Jake Starcevic. That's the starters for the Kindred Vikings, coached by Eric Bergad, assisted by Brad Ambrosius, Nick Eggman, and Nate Safe. Your starting lineups here on YourLiveEvent.com for the Kindred Vikings and the Lisbon Broncos. Our officials for tonight's contest: referee tonight, Chris Larson. The ump is Ryan Weber. Head linesman, Jacob Schlecht. Line judge, Cam Anderson. And the back judge, Nick Nelson. That's your officials for tonight's contest. We're going to break here for the national anthem. When we come back, it's the opening kickoff on the Bank North scoreboard. We'll get things rolling here after this on YourLiveEvent.com.
Let the
The geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com. Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
We are ready for the opening kickoff here on YourLiveEvent.com. Follow along on the Bank North scoreboard. At Bank North, they take community to hearts, helping their local customers achieve their financial goals while supporting the rural communities they serve. Good sportsmanship is a valuable trait that goes far beyond the game. Bank North is achieved by helping our customers pursue their dreams and financial goals while supporting and improving those great rural communities. Values-based banking. Learn more at ibanknorth.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. The Vikings, they did win the toss. They've elected to defer, so the Broncos will get the ball to start the game. Back to receive, it's Tyreek Atchison and Seamus Kelly. Back to receive there for the Broncos in the white jerseys, red helmets. Yellow Bronco logo, red pants as well. The Vikings kick it off in their silver-gray jerseys, blue helmets, and blue numbers outlined in white. Andrew Haley will kick it away to start the contest. We're underway here from Kindred as the sun is going down at the 10-yard line, at the 15 to the 20. I believe that's Atchison taking the ball, or excuse me, it is Kelly. Seamus Kelly on the return. Take the ball out to about the 20-yard line. And that's where Jordan Bittner and company will get things rolling here for the Broncos. Officially marked the ball there indeed, right at the 20. The Broncos, again, they've been slinging the ball around. Their junior starting quarterback, 5 touchdown passes, no picks, completing nearly 80% of his passes to 7 different receivers and nearly 600 yards. He's back to pass, looking, and he's sacked on the first play of the game. And that looks like Tate Miller on the sack. The captain picks up the sack there to really set the tone there for the Vikings. A loss of 7 down to the 13. It's a 2nd and 17 there for the Broncos. 2 left, 2 right here. And to get man in motion on the defensive side, gets the offense to jump. That's going to be Brock Lyons jumping there. So Goes from bad to worse there for the Broncos to start things off. Jake Starsvik, little shaky move there. Backing the Broncos up. So the penalty puts the ball down on the 8-yard line on the 5-yard false start. Second down and 22. Not where you want to start if you're a Lisbon Bronco. 2 right, 1 left in the gun. Bittner takes the snap out of the backfield. He's got a man wide open out near and beyond the original line of scrimmage. Jacob Lyons gets the catch out of the backfield. And Lyons goes all the way to the 22. So a 14-yard pitch and catch there for Bittner to Lyons. Brings up a 3rd and 8. Ball on the 22, need the 30 for a first down. 2 to the left here, 1 to the right. Seamus Kelly in the slot there for the Broncos. Bittner takes the snap, back to pass, looks right, looks left, tries to throw, and gets a man out in the flat, but can't quite make enough moves. Catch was made by Eli Lyons. Nice tackle in the open field by Jake Starcevic after a gain of just 4. Looks like a punt unit will come out there. As Bittner, 2 for 2 for 18 yards on the possession, but a big sack and a penalty forcing them back. It's now a 4th and 4. As Lisbon taking some time off the clock here. 10:06 remaining in the opening quarter on the Bank North scoreboard. Out to punt it away. It is Bittner, the quarterback, so be careful here for some early tricks. Bittner takes the snap, and he will get the punt off. It's going to be a lame duck punt. It takes a Lisbon roll out near the 47, 48 of Kindred. So good defense to start there. Tate Miller with a big sack to open things up. As the Vikings will start at at Lisbon's 48. And 9:48 remaining here in the opening quarter after a 3 and out. So Jake Starcevic comes up with the crew. 2 left here, none right. Starcevic, Swenson, and the gun, man in motion. Starcevic takes the snap. It's a handoff to Kylan Swenson. He gets tripped up at the 45. Goes ahead to about the 43. Maybe the 42. They'll give him 6 yards for Kylan Swenson. 2nd and 4 there for the Vikings. Again, rolling in their silver gray jerseys. The blue helmets, kind of reminiscent of the Detroit Lions. I think a lot of people would love a Lions-Chiefs Super Bowl. I'm not one of those guys. Give me the Vikings all day long, and I don't care about the AFC. 3 to the left here, none to the right. Starcevic in the gun, takes the snap. He will hand off to Swenson again. Little shake and bake to the 40, to the 35, up the field, 30, and rolls over a Bronco defender across the 25. Kylan Swenson already with 4 touchdowns this season. He's working real well to get another. All the way up to the 22. Pickup of 20 on that one. Swenson, 2 carries already for 26 yards. And just outside the red zone there with 8:48 and counting here in this opening quarter. The Vikings 2-0, the Broncos 2-0. Lisbon has not allowed a point yet this season. Kindred marching on the door of facing that claim. To the 20, nice stiff arms there for Swenson. He's going to be taken down by 2 Broncos from behind about the 9. As Kylan Swenson continues to rumble ahead. They'll spot the ball there indeed at the 9 after a gain of 12. Swenson, 3 carries, 38 yards. Healthy dose of the senior. Off the injury from last year, played in just a couple of games. Starcevic will keep this time, and he finds hole slithers through the defense and scores. Touchdown, Jake Starcevic. Maybe a little bit extracurricular words exchanged after the play, but Starcevic scampers in from 9 yards out for the touchdown. to make it 6-0 on the Bank North scoreboard. Kindred with the lead. As extra points on the way for Haley. Snap, spot, kick is up, and that is good. 7-0 Kindred Vikings with the lead over the Lisbon Broncos on a 4-play, 48-yard drive lasting not even 2 minutes. 8:10 remaining here in this opening quarter.
Hi, this is Jim, and along with Bernie, we're inviting R&J Broadcasting Incorporated listeners to join us on a tour of the Hawaiian Islands, February 22nd through March 3rd. The Big Island will be part of this trip while taking in the breathtaking views of Oahu, the Big Island, and Maui. Enjoy the perfect balance between scheduled activities mixed with personal leisure time. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ to learn more about this tour, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
On the Bank North scoreboard, 7-0 Kindred with the early lead. Off a 4-play, 48-yard drive lasting less than 2 minutes. All running plays ending in Jake Starcevic's 9-yard rushing touchdown and Andrew Haley's extra point. He drills that one right into the awaiting arms of Seamus Kelly. Kelly up the field with a nice return out near the 35. And that's where Lisbon will begin their second drive of the contest. Starcevic with that touchdown. Again, he had 2 through the air, and he's had 2 on the ground. It's his 5th all-purpose touchdown of the season. 3rd rushing touchdown for the Vikings. And Lisbon comes out again. Ball spotted at the 34 with 8:04 to go here in the opening quarter. 2 right, 2 left, your man in motion. There comes Kelly right behind the quarterback and receiver. It's quarterback keeper for Bittner, and he's access denied by a host of Vikings. Led there by Tannen Johnson and a couple others there for Kindred. It's no gain on the play. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 34. Between these pair of undefeated teams, the Oaks Tornadoes still the only team in Region 1 without a win. Looking for that tonight. 2nd and 10 there for Bittner and company. 4-man rush. Bittner got to get away, and he cannot. He's wrangled down. 2nd sack of the game for the Vikings. This time Luke Starcevic picks up his first. Sophomore looks like a senior out there. I imagine he keeps up this pace. He'll be getting some offers somewhere, but got to focus on the schooling for now. Lisbon's got to focus on trying to get a first down. 3rd and 17 after the 2nd sack of the game puts them back to the 27. Break the huddle with about 10 on the play clock. 6:43 remaining here in the opening quarter. 2nd straight drive, the Broncos have faced a 3rd and past 15, and they'll add some more. Another false start on Lisbon. And they'll move back there 5 more yards to the 22. This is exactly what Mark Moss was saying he did not want to see happen. He said usually when the Lisbon Broncos would play teams like Kindred and Central Cass, they'd be behind 14-0 quickly. We cannot have that tonight, basically what he was saying. And, well, not a good situation here to start the game. A 3rd and 22 on their own 22. The usually stout Lisbon line having some trouble here. Just a 3-man rush. Good coverage as Bittner gets rid of it, and he completes it out near the 30. Nice catch made there by Lincoln Adair. His first target and catch of the game. It's not enough for a first down. As the ball, they're spotted at the 30. Oh. And there was a penalty on the play there, so holding on Lisbon. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is 4th down, so actually spotted back at the 22. Oh. Must have dropped the ball there at the end or been out of bounds. So it will go down as an incomplete pass. And so Lisbon will be forced to punt it away again. Back to Brooks Bacco, who's back at his own 44 to receive the punt from Bittner. Last punt, now they are marking it back at the 30. All right, so that was a completion. I thought that was a completion for, let's see here, for 8 yards out to the 30. So instead of an incompletion, it is an 8-yard completion to to an 8-air. And we got another penalty. This time looks like it's against the Vikings. And it's going to be an offside. So Lisbon getting some breathing room there. First penalty called against Kindred. It'll be the second punt for Lisbon. There's a snap and the punt from Bittner. Much better punt this time around. And takes a bounce straight up into the air. Bacco will return it at the 40, and he is mauled and taken down immediately. Great tackling there for Jaden Howard and Jacob Lyons to get Bacco down at the Vikings' own 40-yard line. 6:20 remaining here in this opening quarter, and the number 1 Kindred Vikings with the 7-0 lead. Their average starting field position right now is the 46, their own 46. Lisbon's average starting field position, not too bad themselves, at their own 27. See if we get another run on the ground, and we do. This time, Starcevic gets to the second level, pushes a couple of Broncos aside, and gets across midfield into Lisbon territory. They'll mark it there at the 47. Pickup of 13 for Starcevic. It's been all ground so far. Starcevic, 2 carries for 22 yards and a touchdown. And Kylan Swenson, 3 carries for 38 yards. The second straight drive that the Vikings have been in Lisbon's side of the field, just halfway through this opening quarter. And by the way, that last touchdown by Starcevic, the first points given up all year for Lisbon. Swenson, almost untouched, he's gone! Kylan Swenson with the score! 13-0. Just barely halfway through this first quarter, Kindred already in control on a 47-yard rushing touchdown. Kylan Swenson's 5th of the year. Another rushing touchdown there for the Vikings. They've already run the ball. Now they're about 700 yards this season. It's Andrew Haley out for another extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good once again. And so with that on the Bank North scoreboard, Kindred doubles their lead 14-0 over Lisbon on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
14-0 on the Bank North scoreboard. James Martins, Max Bernier on the camera here this evening from Jerlo Field in Kindred as the Vikings lead the Broncos 14-0. A pair of 3-and-outs for Lisbon. Kindred has been virtually untouched on the ground. The Vikings have run the ball 6 times for over 100 yards and a pair of touchdowns already. Haley with the little squibber, and that will run into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So Lisbon will take the ball on their own 20. Of course, no dynamic kickoff here in the high school ranks. We're trying it out in the NFL. for what we saw in the Kansas City Chiefs Baltimore Ravens opener last night. A lot of balls placed at the 30. That's where it goes if it goes through the end zone now. But for high school, still on the 20. Worst starting field position of the game for Lisbon. Tied with the worst. They're on the 20 to start the game. 2 right, 2 left here for Bittner, who he has not had an incompletion yet, has not been able to guide the Broncos to a first down. Nice pass out towards the sticks, and a good first down there, looks like it, for Lincoln Adair. Adair, I believe the leading receiver this year for the Broncos. They'll mark it just a yard shy of the 29. Gain of 9 there from Bittner to Adair. Adair, 2 catches, 17 yards. Bittner 4 for 4 for 35 yards. Broncos trying to convert their first down of the game. A pair of sacks, one by Tate Miller, the other by Luke Starcevic. Getting the Vikings the defensive edge to lead the way, but this Bronco offense, super skilled, plenty of time to make a comeback. Bittner will take it himself. He's got the first down, lunges ahead to the 34. He'll pick up 5 yards and a first down. Bittner outside the 2 sacks, couple of carries for 5 yards. An all-important first down, and Mark Moss's squad really needed that one. Of course, Moss saying in the pregame interview, his team has not quite been challenged yet on the defensive side of the ball. As they played Park River area, Valley City, shut them both out. Of course, they're going to get a challenge tonight in the Kindred Vikings. There's a handoff up the gut to Atchison. Atchison maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard, maybe a loss of a yard. Kind of danced around the line there as they will give him a yard to the 35. Tyreek Atchison with his first carry of the contest. 2nd and 9 here, 4:07 and counting here on the Bank North scoreboard in this opening quarter. Touchdowns from Jake Starcevic and Kylan Swenson, getting the Vikings to a 14-0 lead. Also compliments of a couple of extra points for Andrew Haley. 2 right, 2 left here for the Broncos on this 2nd and 9. Man in motion coming across there. That's Jacob Lyons, and we get another false start against Lisbon. Third straight drive with a penalty there for the Broncos. 2nd and 14 back at their own 30. Of course, they had a holding penalty against them too. That was declined. So they've had 3 accepted penalties for 15 yards. Kindred has had 1 accepted penalty for 5. This clock continues to roll here at Gerlo Field on this beautiful, absolutely gorgeous temperature as well. Friday night in September. First Friday of September. 3 right, 1 left here for Bittner. The junior in the gun takes the snap, rolling to his right, and being chased around, stays up on his feet. He's able to deliver the pass, and looks like it was complete. And they're going to say incomplete. First incompletion of the game for Bittner. Completed his first 4 passes. He's completed about 80% of his passes, so that kind of holds true to how he's been this season. Big third down here, 3rd and 14. The Broncos been unable to convert on 3rd down yet tonight. 0 for 2. 3 left, 1 right. High snap. Bittner rolling to his right, looking, chucking it down the field. He's got his man out near the sidelines. Lincoln Adair out to the 46. Gain of 16 and a first down. Adair already with 3 catches for 33 yards. Bittner now 5 of 6 through the air, and he converts another first down. So the Broncos in a good stride here. Got to keep it going. Twins left and right. Backing off just a little bit, go the Viking defense. They rush 3. Bittner rolling. Starcevic chasing him down. Bittner gets by him, and he gets obliterated out of bounds. Legal hit. His feet were in bounds. And so they'll mark the ball on the Kindred side at the Viking 48. No, 49. On the scramble, a gain of 5 for Bittner. 3 carries outside the sacks with 10 yards attached to it. Clock stops at 3:09 as Atchison comes in off the sideline there for the Broncos. Again, their wins, 24-0 over Park River, 32-0 over Valley City. And we get a whistle, and looks like it's going to be a timeout for Lisbon. Their first charge timeout of the game. 3:09 to go in the opening quarter. On the Bank North scoreboard, Kindred 14, Lisbon 0.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Coming out of this Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency, from banking to insurance. Like Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency, handle your requests. More information online at kindredstatebank.com. 14-0 is our score. James Martins, Max Bernier on the camera here this evening from Churlo Field and Kindred as the top-ranked Vikings in 11A take on the Lisbon Broncos. Just gave up their first points of the season. With a win tonight, they could get into the top 5. Well, they got a lot of work to do. They got to keep this drive going. 2nd and 5 on the Kindred 49. Bittner back to pass. Looking just behind the line of scrimmage. It's an incompletion to Adair. I think he had enough room to run that ball and pick up the first down. Nonetheless, it's a 3rd and 5. The Broncos have converted 2 third downs on this drive already, so they're looking for one more to add to that. And there's the snap. Bittner back to pass. Got his man out of the backfield. Atchison for another first down. Tyreek Atchison, his first catch of the game, out across the 45 to the 42. Pickup of 7 there for Atchison. It's the fourth different receiver. It's caught in a pass from Bittner. Bittner's thrown 6 completions to 4 different receivers here. Drive that started on their own 20. As Bittner and company will go to work on play number 9 of this drive. 3 right, and snap gets away from him. He's pushed out of the way. Jake Starcevic says, move, Bitt, get out the way. And Starcevic recovers the fumble. Man. As a tough break for the Broncos, a really promising drive. Ends in a turnover. Starcevic with a recovery. Eric Bergad imploring his guys to get some more takeaways. They've certainly done that. The ball, they'll start this possession at the Bronco 48. Starcevic back to pass. He's obliterated this time. Not quite. As he stands up tall, but Atchison going to get credit with half a sack on that one. Also, Parker Tapson with a half sack. Big play there for Lisbon. That's the biggest defensive play they've made tonight. In fact, it's the first stoppage, first loss of yardage tonight for Kindred. They were averaging, well, really about 15 yards per play. That sends the ball back to their own 47. A loss of 5 on the sack. It's 2nd and 15. Starcevic on the keeper, looking for some room to run. And he's wrapped up and taken down from behind. Nice tackle there by Hunter Lukes, the 6'1 senior. All 245 pounds. Wrangling down Starcevic, but he was able to churn out some good yardage. Gets up 6 on the play to the Bronco 47. It's a 3rd and 9. 102 seconds left here in this opening quarter. Vikings are ready with a 14-0 lead. They'd like to add to it. Man in motion. As Starcevic in the pocket, finds his man. It's Brooks Baco on a nice route out across the 30 to the 25. First pass of the game for Starcevic is a completion of 22 yards. And Baco makes the catch to keep the drive going to the 25. By the way, this will be tied for the longest drive of the game for Kindred. It's play number 4. 1:06 remaining here in this opening quarter. The Vikings would love to put a 3rd touchdown on the board. Starcevic up the gut, looking to the right-hand side. He beats his man. He's got his 2nd touchdown of the game. Jake Starcevic, who picked up the fumble, and a few plays later takes it in for a 25-yard rushing touchdown. 20-0 Kindred. Make no mistake, this Lisbon team is a quality squad, but Kindred feeling like that #1 team in the state. It's Andrew Haley on for the extra point, and we get a whistle and a flag. It's offside against Lisbon. So it want to be half the distance to the goal. We'll see if they want to try to go for 2 or keep it out there for 1. And Bergad is saying, let's keep Andrew out there to try and give him his 3rd extra point of the game. Starcevic on his 3rd design run picks up his 2nd touchdown. 3 carries, 47 yards, 2 touchdowns. Haley's extra point, despite being closer, is no good. Threw him off his rhythm, got to send him back a few more yards. So the extra point is no good, but the touchdown is. 20-0 Kindred with the lead over Lisbon on the Bank North scoreboard.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
53.5 seconds left in the opening quarter on the Bank North scoreboard. 20-0. Kindred has scored their 3 touchdowns on just 10 plays of offense. As Andrew Haley with the kickoff. That's a beauty. Seamus Kelly backpedaling to his 5. Up to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. And some chunks of grass come up as he's whacked just after the 20. Out to... they'll make it down to the 22. So Lisbon had a really promising drive going. Had a drive that went to 9 plays, ended in that fumble. All spotted again at the 22. 46.1 on the clock. 3 left, 1 right here for Bittner and the Broncos. Bittner takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff. Haven't done that too much tonight. Up the gut to Eli Lyons. It's a good carry there for Lyons. They'll move the ball up to the 27. Pick up a 5 there for Lyons on his first carry of the game. On the ground, Lisbon just 5 carries for 16 yards. 2 right, 2 left. Kelly in the slot. there for the Broncos. Bittner on the bottom side of the screen. Bittner, slot top side. Bittner looks there to Adair, in the slot. He's able to come away with that catch. Took it away from a couple of would-be interceptors for the Vikings. And Lincoln Adair with his 4th grab of the game. It's another first down out to the 36 on a pickup of 9. As we get to the end of the first quarter on the Bank North scoreboard, Kindred leading Lisbon 20-0, but the Broncos plenty of time and plenty of offense to mount a comeback. To the second quarter, the Kindred Vikings lead the Lisbon Broncos 20-0. Take a look at some scores around the area, some early scores. Lots of good games on tonight, lots of good games on yourliveevent.com. Go check out the full schedule. yourliveevent.com. Start with 11A scores reported so far. A final from earlier today, a 5:15 game in Surrey. Don't like the scoreline on this one. If you know, you know. Velva Garrison, Drake Animus over Surrey, 66-6. Oof. Ray Powers Lake leading Delax Burlington 7-6. Bishop Ryan blanking Ned Rose with 4 minutes left in the opening quarter, 28-0. Park River Area Rugby deadlock at 0 halfway through the first. Bono up 2 touchdowns on Turtle Mountain, 14-0. Killdeer the same over Shiloh Christian right now. And allegedly Cullen leads Oaks by a touchdown, 14-7. There's a handoff to start the second quarter. And going nowhere that time was Lions. In fact, he's going to lose a couple of yards to the 34. It's a 2nd and 12. On the Broncos zone 36. Andrew Haley in on the stop there for the Vikings. Twins left and right there for Bittner out of the gun. Takes the high snap, looking left. Going up the pocket, being chased around, and a double sack. This time, 55-5. Hunter Bindus and Tannen Johnson each pick up half a sack. Third time that Bittner's been sacked tonight. Ball is moved back to the 31. A loss of 3. 3rd and 15. It's where the Broncos do not want to be as they dare. Bottom of your screen matched up with Brooks Bacco. 1 left and 2 right. 2 in the gun with Bittner. Bittner takes the snap. Starts of it, comes up on a blitz. Nicely chucked out to Adair. Great haul for Lincoln Adair, and he keeps going. Beat his man and ended up getting tackled by Gabe Whipple. And so Adair with another big grab out to the Kindred 48 for a first down after a gain of 21. You have a penalty on the play as well. We're going to add some more yardage to this. And roughing the passer against Kindred adds some more to this. So that moves the ball up to the 33 on the 15-yard penalty. After the 21-yard catch for Adair. That's exactly the shot in the arm Lisbon needs. Hands off to Lions up the middle with some nice room to run. Gets to the secondary. Out about the 25. We'll spot it at the 26. Gain of 7 there for Lions. 3 carries, 10 yards for Eli Lyons as The Broncos try to go back to what they've always been known for. Physical team at the line that likes to run the ball. Just 6 yards outside the red zone there for the Broncos, trying to get there for the first time tonight on their 7th play of the drive. 2 left, 1 right here. Man in motion, that's Seamus Kelly. Goes behind the gun. Bittner takes the snap, looking to his right. Got to get out of it, and gets the throw to Tyreek Atchison as Bindis brought Bittner down to the ground. Incomplete pass. It'll be a 3rd and 3. 9:29 remaining here in the opening half on that backdoor scoreboard. Just the third incompletion here tonight for Bittner. He's 7 of 10 on the night tonight. Most of the passes going to a dare. Takes the snap. It's a handoff. Lions. He has the first down. About a yard beyond it, looks like. And that'll be spotted at the 22. Gain of 4 there for Lions. Trying to get him going a little bit. That was 1st and 10 at the 22. 2 left, 1 right here for Bittner. Lions ushered out of the pocket. Bittner on a quarterback keeper, and he evades a couple of tacklers there for the Vikings. Gets up to about the 15. And with 8:43 to go here, time ticking down. Kindred with all 3 of their timeouts as the Broncos have found their rhythm. Out to the 16-yard line, a gain of 6 for Bittner. His 4th design run of the game. He's got 16 yards on the ground. Much more through the air here this evening. Bittner in the gun on a 2nd and 4. It's going to be a handoff. Atchison stiff arms a man, running out of bounds on the near sideline. I'll spot the ball there at the 5. So Tyreek Atchison with a gain of 11. His 2nd carry of the game. He's got 12 yards. Lisbon with the 11th play of the drive coming up. And we get a timeout called by Kindred, their first charge timeout of the game. 8:05 to go in the opening half. Kindred with a 20-point lead, but Lisbon on their most promising drive of the game.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we remain true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Coming out of this Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Let them handle your requests from banking to insurance. For more information, kindredstatebank.com. As the Lisbon Broncos marching this ball down the field, they started with the ball at their own 22. This is the 11th play of the drive. Trying to get this one into the end zone. Bittner takes the snap, handoff. Lions nowhere to go. Good rally to the ball there for the Vikings defense. Jake Starcevic in on the tackle for a loss of a yard. 2nd and goal on the 6. Eli Lyons now with 5 carries for 13 yards. Most of the work's been done by Bittner. Jordan Bittner, their junior quarterback. 2 to the left, 1 to the right here. Might have to toss his 6th touchdown of the season. Bittner back to pass, looking into the end zone. Nearly intercepted. Bacco had a chance at it, and Bindis, I believe, had a chance on it. That would have been the first interception of the season for Bittner. Of course, at this stage of the game, this is 4-down territory, so the Broncos with 2 more chances to get it into the end zone, barring a turnover here. Bittner, that's just his 4th incompletion of the game. With 8 completions, he's at 66%, 8 of 12. Bittner in the gun with Atchison to his left, Lions to his right. Bittner, he has to get rid of it, and it is picked off! Bindis with some business to take care of. He's going to the house at Gerlo Field. It's rocking. Touchdown, Kindred Vikings. And just a punch to the gut for the Lisbon defense. A 95-plus yard pick 6 for Bindis, Hunter Bindis. And this one's 26-0 Vikings. Andrew Haley back out to attempt the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is high, and it is good. 27-0, 7:03 to go here in the opening half. The Kindred Vikings blanking the Lisbon Broncos right now on YourLiveEvent.com on the Bank North scoreboard.
In today's fast-paced world, your business needs more than just numbers. It needs an alphabet roadmap with Olson Accounting. A is for accounts payable, where every dollar counts. B stands for balance sheets, keeping your finances on track. And C represents cash flow, the lifeblood of your business. At Olson Accounting, they're more than just number crunchers. Discover the difference with their trusted expertise, personalized service by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
On the Bank North scoreboard, Kindred leading Lisbon 27-0. As the Vikings, everything going their way right now. After the first, I believe, first defensive touchdown that wasn't special teams. First defensive/special teams touchdown. There was a blocked punt last week that the Vikings had that got into the end zone against Wappin, as Tyreek Atchison returns it at the 20, 25-30, and drags a couple of Vikings to the 35. Best starting field position in a while for the Broncos. And once again, I mean, this Lisbon Broncos squad, they will I don't want to say probably right away because there's a lot of season still to go, but they have a great chance to be a playoff team this year. They got a great defense, a balanced offense. But right now, they're playing the number 1 team in the state and at their home. And, it's tough sledding for the Lisbon Broncos. They got to get a ball into the end zone before the end of the first half. They want any shot at a comeback. By the way, Kindred does get the ball at the start of the second half as well. 3-man rush coming for the Broncos. A pitch to Atchison. Atchison with some room to run out across the 40 to the 41. Atchison with a carry of 6, we'll call it. 3 carries now for 18 yards. As we get a stoppage here, looks like a timeout there. Or no, we have an injured player. My apologies. Injured player out there right now for the Lisbon Broncos. We'll let the trainers retain to him. Be back after this on YourLiveEvent.com. Oh, let's stay here. Actually, it's Atchison at the end of the play. He's helped up right away. And, well, it's good that he's walking into his own power mostly. Kind of gimping on that, looks like that left ankle. And I'll actually spot this ball at the 40, so a gain of 5. 2nd and 5, 6:45 to go here in this opening half. And the Broncos, 2 promising drives, their 2 best drives, ending in turnovers, a fumble and a pick. 6. -2 in the turnover ratio. As Bittner takes the snap, rolling out to his right. Chased out of the pocket, going to his 40, and out of bounds at about the 42. Gain of 2 on the scramble there for Bittner. 4 carries tonight for 18 yards. Ball spotted on the right hash. Brings about 3rd and 3, about a 3rd and a short 3. Need just inside the 45 for a first down for Bittner and company. And first Region 1 game for both of these teams. Lots of good Region 1 games around the region. As there's the snap, it's a handoff, and access denied. Tackle for a loss on the handoff that's Jacob Lyons this time. Luke Starsu again on the stop there for the Vikings. Loss of 1 there for Lions out to the 43, or 41, excuse me. 4th down, and the Broncos are in a tough spot right now. I think they got to go for it. 4th and 4 here. You hate to say this might be the game, but this might be the game. And if they give the ball back to Kindred, if they are unable to convert, and Baco is out there to receive a punt, and looks like the Broncos will indeed punt it away. So, as there's a low driver there, Baco fields it at his own 29, 30, 35, spins around to the 40, and there's a face mask. And there it is. Flag came in a little late, but there it is. Baco with a return, nice return. 20 yards or so. And I could see that one clearly from up here in the booth. Face mask add 15 to that, so Kindred will get the ball after the nice return from Baco, and the penalty on the Lisbon side at the Lisbon, should go to the Lisbon 39. That's where this one should go, and the officials talking about it here a little bit more. And looks like an unsportsmanlike conduct on Lisbon as well. So this one will go down to the 39, as indeed was estimated. I should say a personal foul, not unsportsmanlike conduct. I want to make that clear. It is a punt to 3 and out there for Lisbon, their 3rd punt of the game. 3 punts and 2 turnovers. 5:31 to go in the opening half. It's a handoff there from Starcevic. And that's carry there for Brock Johnson. Johnson's first carry of the game. Ball down to the 37, gain of 2 for Johnson. That is the, that is the shortest offensive gain of the game. Of course, Starcevic was sacked once, but of positive yardage, that 2-yard carry was the shortest by far today. For the Vikings, 2nd and 8. And in motion, Swenson's going to go out to be a receiver. It's going to be a handoff to Johnson. Keeps going there on the left hash. Out across the 35, out to the 32. Gain of 5 there for Johnson. Brings up a 3rd down and 3. I believe this is the first 3rd down of the game for Kindred. Spotted there on the left hash as the Vikings looking for that running clock threshold possibly at before the end of the first half. In the gun there, Starcevic on a 3rd and short. And a little movement there on the right-hand side. Looks like that's Luke Starcevic moving a little bit early. That helps out Lisbon a little bit. Moves the ball back to the 37 on the penalty. Makes a 3rd and 3 to a 3rd and 8. A few less options there for the Vikings, but haven't needed too many options as Jake Starcevic has thrown the ball just once tonight. In a team that averaged 300 yards per game on the ground, they're certainly gaining towards that average. It's a handoff. Swenson this time Kylan Swenson upended at about the 34. Gain of about 3. We'll see what the Vikings do here on this 4th down. I'd say go for it. Might as well. You're up 27. Trying to put the nail in the coffin here. I don't think Haley's got that big of a leg. As Swenson with his shortest gain of the game. His previous short was 6 yards. That one just 3. It's a 4th and 5. Need to get to the 29 for a first down. Swenson in motion out of the backfield. Jake Starcevic rolling to his right, looking for options. Chucks it down the field, incomplete. Do we get a flag? We do not. Might have been a little defensive holding there, but turnover on downs is the call. First stalling of a drive tonight for the Kindred Vikings. Gives Lisbon an opportunity with 2 timeouts, 3:03 to go. Plenty of time for Bittner and company to try and turn this into some points, get them some momentum before the end of the first half. They need it for sure. Ball will be spotted there at the 34. With, again, 3:03 to go here into this opening half. A team that's used to shutting teams out is getting shut out right now. The Vikings have only allowed, their own credit, 18 points this entire season. There's a quick pass out of the backfield. That pass is complete to Jaden Howard, his first grab of the game. Howard takes it up to the 43 for a pickup of 9. Second and a long one. Again, Bittner, pretty impressive. All of his passes, by the way, going for at least 4 yards. Only 2 of his 9 completions have gone within 7 yards or fewer. So, he's getting the ball down the field through the air. He's going to need to do a lot more of that in the second half and here on this drive. It's going to be a handoff, though, and a helmet comes off. Not sure who the carry was on that one. Couple of helmets come off. Tyreek Atchison's helmet got popped. Atchison does get enough close for the first down. Not sure it's quite enough. He does have to come out again. He's had a tough couple of drives here with the ankle injury. Good news that that's good enough to keep him on the field. With the helmet coming off, comes off for this play. It is going to be enough for a first down. Give Atchison a carry of 1. Spot the ball there just outside the 45-yard line. I'll mark it at the 44. For first and 10. Bittner takes the snap, back to pass, looking left, rolling right, got room to run to the 45, the 50, and out of bounds at the Kindred 45. Nice scamper there for Bittner. This guy's turning it into a real nice quarterback. 11 yards on the rush. Bittner 6 carries tonight for 29 yards. And he's got 9 completions as well. As it's a first and 10. Again at the Kindred 45. 3 left and 1 right. High snap. Bittner rolling to his right, looking to his right, and just has to throw it away. Bittner on the game here tonight. 9 completions to 5 different receivers, all between 4 and 21 yards. We'll get the full stats here at the half. First Class Mortgage halftime show is on the way. This one about to reach the hour mark here on yourliveevent.com. Big Region 1 matchup. A couple of other big Region 1 matchups. Central Cass, Northern Cass. Hillsborough Central Valley, Thompson as well tonight. Bittner out of the gun. Back to pass. Got his man. Little nudge out of bounds as well. Lincoln Adair with the catch. Not for a lot of yards, but it is completed. Makes it a little bit less yards to chunk off there on this third down. Ball spotted at the 43. Gain of 2. So that is the shortest pass of the game, yard-wise, for Bittner. 3rd and 8 of the 43, of course, 4-down territory. Howard's up to the top of the screen as Jacob Lyons and a dare down towards the bottom. 2 out of the gun, another high snap. Bittner's got to chase it down, and he's just got to eat that one. And now you almost have to punt it away here as a timeout for Kindred. They call their second timeout. 2 minutes to go here in this opening half. We'll keep it here. Again, you're following along with a 27-0 lead for Kindred on this Bank North scoreboard. Good sportsmanship's a valuable trait that goes far beyond the game. For Bank North, it's achieved by helping their customers pursue their dreams and financial goals while supporting and improving the great rural communities they serve. It's values-based banking. Learn more, visit ibanknorth.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. James Martins, Max Bernier with you here from Jurlo Field in Kindred. Keeping an eye on some scores there in 11A. See if we can get the Hillsborough Central Valley Thompson score right now. 7-0 Burrows on their homecoming at the Vegan Field at Central Valley with the lead 7-0 over Thompson. So Hillsborough Central Valley with a 7-0 lead over Thompson at the end of the first half. Low-scoring game. See how the second half shakes up on yourliveevent.com. Bittner and Lisbon will punt. It's a block. Lisbon does recover. So block punt turns into a turnover on downs. And Kindred will once again get this ball. Plenty of time, 1:56 on the Lisbon 29. By far the best field position of the game. Kindred's drives, touchdown, 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 turnover on downs. They're hoping to turn that TOD into a TD. Give the Vikings a massive lead at the end of the first half. Starcevic in the gun, takes the snap, handoff Swenson. Swenson shakes and bakes and gets close to a first down. He's going to be a couple yards shy out to the 21 for a gain of 8 for Kylan Swenson. Touchdown tonight. He's got 5 on the season. Jake Starcevic with 4. They move it back just slightly from the original spot out to the 23. Make that the 22. So we'll give him 7. Give Kylan Swenson 7 yards on that one. Out to the 22. 2nd and 3 there. $1:24 to go on the Bank North scoreboard. 2 right, none left here. Starcevic takes the snap, back to pass, and we're going to get a holding on Kindred. This play is going to come back despite a nice catch. Looks like by Brooks Baco. And again, a holding there on that right-hand side. And so they'll move that back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Line of scrimmage, so this one should go back to the 32, I believe. Well, the spot of the flag and the spot of the players is back a little bit further. So we'll see where they move it. They mark it maybe at, and they'll spot it, yep, at the about 33. So 33 on the penalty, 32, 33, from around there. Loss of 10 there. It'll be a second and much longer. Starcevic in the gun, takes the snap, back to pass. Atchison coming after him. Starcevic gets away down the field. It is complete. Despite Lincoln-Adair's best attempt to knock it away, Miles Thiel just with the catch inside the 20 to the 19. A pickup of 14 on the pass play. Starcevic 2 for 2 for 36 yards. As we're going to get a measurement out here. They needed the 19 for a first down. And they are just going to say first down. Under a minute to go here. 1 timeout left for Kindred. Trying to go hurry up here a little bit. Everybody's set. for Starcevic and company. Starcevic takes the snap, back to pass, looking, got plenty of time, now being chased, throws it to his right, got a man wide open, running towards the end zone, touchdown Kindred. And Atchison is down again. So touchdown for the Vikings. Atchison is down. He's had a really tough second quarter. And knee injury there. We're going to step away here just a little bit on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
At Polar Communications, innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
$33-0 on the Bank North scoreboard. Atchison helped to the sidelines. He's had a real tough second quarter. Been popped a couple of times, 3 times to be exact. One time his helmet came off, and the other couple of times he was slow to get up. So we're hoping he's okay. Don't want to see anything rough happen injury-wise on the field of play. Andrew Haley snap spot, kick is up, and it is good. 34-0, just 1 point off the running clock there in the second half. So Kindred will presumably take a big lead into the locker room. Lisbon still with a couple of timeouts. Some good assets and 34 seconds to try and put something on this scoreboard, on this Bank North scoreboard. Coming up, we'll have our halftime show. We'll take a look at stats and analysis of this one. Plus, we'll take a look at some scores around the state, including a really good one up at Vegan Field in Buxton, as Hillsborough Central Valley with a 7-0 lead over Thompson at the half. The Burros were nearly 2-0 going into this game. They lost to Park River area last week on a last-second Hail Mary. They're hoping to get some redemption and hand Thompson their first loss of the year after they won their opening game against Grafton. Haley to kick it off. 4 for 5 on extra points here, and we get a penalty. Not sure exactly what that's about, but and really, there'd have to be. It was thrown there by the ref near the returners. So I wonder if something was said or if there was someone was off a little bit, but looks like Bittner was asked to go to the sidelines maybe. I don't know. That was weird. Nonetheless, there's the kickoff. It's going to be returned there to the 20, 25, and 30. So I wonder if something was said or whatnot at the end. It doesn't matter too much. 29 seconds to go here for Lisbon. And the half they have, they might just take a knee and go to the halftime locker room and try to do anything to regroup. They'll start the ball there at their own 31. And we'll see what kind of formation they come out with. They do have 2 timeouts left to work with, but again, it looks like they're going to be content. I don't know if content is the right word, but they're going to accept the end of the first half. That might be the better way to say it. At the end of the half, on yourliveevent.com. On the Bank North scoreboard, the Kindred Vikings looking like the number one team in the state. They are absolutely dominating in this one against a really good Lisbon squad. 34-0 on the Bank North scoreboard here at Jurlo Field. Have our halftime show coming up next.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
First Class Mortgage halftime show here on yourliveevent.com. Locally owned and operated, First Class Mortgage is more than just their company name. It's the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation, providing first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. More info online at firstclasscorp.com. 34-0 at the half. The Kindred Vikings can do no wrong, and Lisbon, despite their best efforts right now, can't do much right. As we take a look at the stats and storyline of the game, Lisbon 3 and out, led to the first touchdown of the game. Just 4 plays, less than 2-minute drive, going 48 yards after starting on the Lisbon 48 to Jake Starsvik with his third rushing touchdown of the season, 9-yard scamper. Extra point by Andrew Haley makes it 7-0. Similar story, next possession, punt for Lisbon. After that, a 47-yard rushing touchdown for Kylan Swenson, his 5th of the year. Extra point for Haley is good to make the score 14-0. Kindred would continue after a promising drive for Lisbon. A fumble ended that one and resulted in a 25-yard rushing touchdown for Starcevic. His second of the game, his fourth of the year. Extra point was no good, making it 22-0. Lisbon was on the doorstep after a 12-play drive that got nearly in the end zone after starting on their own 22. Hunter Bendis with his first of 2 straight touchdowns for Kindred. A pick 6, going 95-plus yards. Made it with an extra point as well. Made the score 27-0. And after a punt, turnover on downs for Lisbon Kindred respectively, and a block punt for Kindred, they turned that into a Hunter Bendis 19-yard touchdown reception. The extra point good, making the score 34-0 at the end of the first half. Stats here, again, everything going Kindred's way. Jake Starcevic, 3 for 3, 55 yards through the air and a touchdown. Starcevic on the ground has had 3 carries for 47 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kylan Swenson, 6 carries, 95 yards and a touchdown. And as well, Brock Johnson, a couple of carries for 7 yards. 149 yards in the first half on the ground for Kindred with the 55 yards passing. They're over 200 yards of total offense in the first half. Starcevic, 3 passes going to 3 different receivers. Brooks Baco, Miles Steelgis, and again Bendis, 22, 14, and 19 yards, respectively. In the first half for Jordan Bittner, the Lisbon Broncos 11-17 for 98 yards and an interception, his first interception of the season. His 11 completions going to 5 different receivers. And I might be missing one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll have to recount that. I've got 11 completions and only 10 noted. So I'll go back and give you more official count. But unofficially, Lincoln Adair, 6 catches for 65 yards. Jacob Lyons, a catch for 14. Tyreek Atchison, a catch for 7. Jaden Howard, a catch for 7. And Eli Lyons, a catch for 4 yards. On the ground, Jordan Bittner with 6 carries, 29 yards. Tyreek Atchison, 4 carries, 18 yards. Eli Lyons, 5 carries, 13 yards. And Jaden Lyons, 1 carry, -1. Offensive side of the ball, let's see here. I've got 157 yards of total offense for Lisbon. But again, the big turnovers, the interception, the fumble, the block punts. Nothing really going Lisbon's way right now. Again, in our First Class Mortgage halftime show at the break, 34-0 Kindred with the commanding lead over Lisbon. We'll see if the Broncos can mount a furious comeback. But it looks like the Vikings might have just enough to hold on at this point and pick up their 3rd win of the season. Still plenty of time to go. Crazier things have happened. We'll see what happens here in the second half. We'll take a quick break, coming back for halftime scores around 11A, 11AA, and more next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
At Stock Growers Bank in Lisbon, let them turn your dreams into reality and help watch them grow. Loan Officer Wyatt Smith will give you a tailored solution to fit your unique requests. From farming, buying a new home, or investing in your future, he has you covered. Stock Growers Bank celebrating 125 years of banking in your local communities. For more information, call Wyatt at 701-683-5000. Stock Growers Bank, where your success is their top priority. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
At the half on our First Class Mortgage halftime show, 34-0, Kindred with a big lead over Lisbon. Taking a look at some scores around the regions here, around the state of North Dakota. And football, another football Friday night. Take a look at the Minnesota scores as well. Let's see if we can find some of those. And highlight game, Thompson has just scored, or Thompson did score in the third quarter. 5 minutes left in the third. They have taken the lead on a touchdown and a two-point conversion. Tommy's with the lead over the Burros, 8-7. That's a big game. The winner will probably, looking down into the rest of the schedule, have a chance to sneak into the postseason. Team that falls short, probably on the outside looking in very early on, of course. Only the first game of the region schedule, but all these games are super important. Some of the other games going on here, Region 1, Illinois Ledgley Column Oaks. That's another game where you got to look back and say the winner probably has a shot to sneak in, maybe that fourth seed team that falls short, probably on the outside looking in. 14-14, Thunder and the Tornadoes tied at the end of the first half. Central Cass only up by 2 at the end of the first half over Northern Cass, 14-12. The Jaguars had a tough year last year. They're looking like they might be able to pull the upset against the number 2 ranked Squirrels. Again, 14-12, Central Cass leading Northern Cass that game as well on yourliveevent.com. Other games around the state, number 3, Velva Garrison Drake Animus all over Surrey, 66-6. That one's final. Botno beating up on Turtle Mountain, 28-0. Ray Powers Lake up on DLB, Delax Burlington, 21-6. Bishop Ryan Blanken Nedros right now, 35-0 late in the second quarter. End of the first half, Park River area leads Rugby 14-6. Kildare leading Shiloh Christian 20-6. Carrington blanking Grafton 19-0 late in the first half. Harvey Mills County trying to mount a comeback of their season, so to speak, after a tough loss to Velva last week. They're up on the 4th-ranked Langdon area and Bermuda Cardinals 26-14 at the end of the half. The Hornets leading the Cardinals. Southern McLean leads Hart River 20-6, and Dickinson Trinity right now downing Hazen 29-0 at the end of the first half. Beulah, Bowman County, no score yet there. Looking at 9B scores, Tioga right now defeating TGU 14-6. Wyndmere Lidgerwood leading over Greeks Midkota 16-12. Greeks Midkota, they've had their struggles for sure over the last many seasons. I can say that. My family's originally from there. They got a win last week and a big win over Sargent County, 28-26. Hats off to the Greeks Midkota Titans. They're looking to try to make it 2 in a row, but they're trailing the Warbirds of Wyndmere Lidgerwood 16-12 early in the third. Hatton Northwood leading Cavalier in a low-scoring game 8-6. Lewis and Clark Berthold up by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion on Dunseith, 16-8. West Hope Newburgh Glenburn blanking Kemmer Bowbellsburg Central 50-0. The Sioux rank number 3. Top ranked Lemoore Litchfield Marion Lobos blanking Maple River 51-0. Hankinson leading Enderlin 48-12. Tri-State over Richland 24-13. Sargent County leads Mayport CG 12-8 at the end of the first half. North Border blanking Nelson County 30-0. Central McLean doing the same to Beach 44-0. And New Rockford Cheyenne, this is a tough score to see for Keller's squad, Coach Keller's squad in North Prairie, 38-0. The defending state champions being rocketed away by New Rockford Cheyenne. Linton HMB Strasburg Xena, they didn't receive votes in the last week's poll, 28-8 over Grant County Flasher. Larimore defeating Midway Minto 34-6. Mohall Lansford Sherwood up on Divide County 22-0. New Salem Almont up on Henninger County 14-0. South Border all over Standing Rock 44-6. South Prairie Max Alexander scoreless at the start of the second. And Henninger Scranton doubling up on Kidder County 28-14. 11 AA scores, Minot North walloping Wahpeton 35-21. Devils Lake shutting out Valley City 14-0. West Fargo Horace has the edge over Jamestown 6-0 at the half. couple of top 5 ranked matchups. Grand Forks Central leading Bismarck St. Mary's 11-6. Midway through the third, and Dickinson right now blinking third-ranked Fargo South 21-0. At 11, AAA, Amanda and Cheyenne tied at 15. Century leading North 35-7. West Fargo beating Williston 26-6. Minot in a rematch of last year's championship game leads Shanley 14-0, and Davies shutting out Legacy 28-0 as well. Look at that on this First Class Mortgage halftime show. First Class Mortgage, locally owned and operated. They're more than just their company name, the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing home, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. More information, firstclasscore.com. We are right ready here for the second half to begin. Lisbon will kick it off, trailing 34-0 as we get to second half action here on yourliveevent.com. Returnable ball there. It's fielded cleanly across the 35. Brock Johnson on the return there for the Vikings. And so we'll spot the ball there at the 36-yard line for Kindred. They won't start with the ball here, and just a point away from running clock in the second half. And, 30, now 35. So will be a running clock here in the second half. Pitch to Brooks Bacco. That's technically a pass as that was forward, and it's a first down. Bacco with his second catch of the game. And ball spotted there at the 47. So pickup of 11 on the fourth pass of the game for Jake Starcevic. Bacco with his second catch again. 2 catches, 33 yards. 3 right, 1 left here for Starcevic and company. Few touchdowns on the ground, 1 through the air, and that was a dangerous pass. And a pick 6 as well, the 5 touchdowns in the first half. That is a completed pass, but it is for a loss of a yard, looks like, out to the 46. I think Kylan Swenson got the catch on that one. His first catch of the game, -1. Brings up here a second and 11. 10:40 and counting here in this third quarter. Kindred on their way to a statement victory here at home to start Region 1 contests. As that's a big run up the gut. Out across the 45 to the 44 of Lisbon. Kylan Swenson with a carry for 10. Close to a first down. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game. On just 7 carries, 105 yards and a touchdown for Kylan Swenson. 5 touchdowns this season already for the senior. As there's the handoff, Swenson again wrapped up for a gain of nothing. Maybe even lost a yard there. And they will give him a loss of 1. First lost yardage on the ground there today for Swenson. Brings up a 4th and 2 here for the Vikings. 1 right, 1 left here. Trying to convert the 4th down, keep the drive going. Starcevic will keep the drive going on a quarterback keeper, and he evades one would-be tackler and sent out of bounds at the 31. Gain of 14. And he will get a first down. Starcevic now with 4 carries for 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. To go along with 4 passes for 66 yards and a touchdown. Over 100 all-purpose yards there for Jake Starcevic on the ground and through the air. On this running clock, 8.5 to go in the second half, in the third quarter. Starcevic chucking over the middle, got his man, Brooks Bacco. Evades one would-be tackler on his way to the end zone. Kindred with another. Brooks Bacco, a 31-yard touchdown catch. There is a flag. This one might be coming back. And it looks like it will. Hold the phone on that one. Ineligible man downfield. Kindred. So take that off the board. So the penalty takes him back to the 36. Stop the clock there to move the ball there to the 36-yard line. First and 15 there on the Lisbon 36. This clock continues to run here now on that Bank North scoreboard. As Starcevic rolls to his right, launching towards Bacco. He's tripped up. Looks like it was incidental contact there. No flag on the play. That's the first incompletion of the game, by the way, for Jake Starcevic. As Bacco is trying to, Starcevic is trying to give Bacco his touchdown after the ineligible man downfield call. Incomplete pass. Clock continues regardless. It'll only stop on injuries, change of possession, timeouts, any other required stoppages by the officials. Scoring changes as well. 3 to the left here, 1 to the right for Starcevic on a 2nd and 15. Man in motion, Johnson out of the backfield. He's going to get the pass from behind. And he'll get across to the 41 there. Gain of 5. Third quarter here on YourLiveEvent.com. 3rd and 18 from the 39. After a gain of 5 there to Johnson. Starcevic rolling to his right. It's incomplete. And so it'll be a 4th down here. 4th and 18 after the penalty. Halfway through this third quarter. There we go. On the Bank North scoreboard. 4th and a long ways away. And they'll punt it away. First punt of the game. Bacco launches that one up there. And was it touched? Goes into the end zone. First and 10 there for Lisbon. We'll start from their own 20. Again, the Broncos try to at least get some points on the board here. They shut out their previous 2 opponents. Since then, they have been shut out. 5:35 to go here in the third quarter. Jordan Bittner still out there, and the first-team offense for Lisbon. There's a handoff there. It looks like to Lyons. Eli Lyons gets it out to the 22. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Lyons just 13 yards running in the first half. As this one should go, second half should go relatively quickly. Bittner taking his time, taking the snap. Screen pass out to Seamus Kelly. And Kelly, not much going on there. Kelly with a gain of a yard. No gain on the play. 3rd and 8. It's Kelly, that's his first catch of the game. They're down here, 4:20 remaining here in this third quarter. Kindred on their way to a 3-0 start for the defending state champions. Bittner, the gun, got to get rid of it. Jump past the Lions. He's got some room to run, and Lions has got enough for the first down. Out to the 35. Lions with a nice catch. His second catch of the game for 13. And keeps the chains moving here for Lisbon. As the clock rolls to 3.5. Lisbon not playing the hurry up. They're just trying to string some plays together and see what happens. As there's a handoff there to Jacob Lyons. Lyons goes for nowhere. 2nd and 10. Two carries, -1 yard today for Lions. 2nd and a short 10. As our Week 3 coverage here on YourLiveEvent.com is under the lights. Bittner in the gun, blitz shown. They're coming after him. Bittner launching it towards a dare. It's intercepted. Picked off there by Kylan Swenson. And so that's the second pick of the game and the season for Jordan Bittner. And Kindred there will take over at their own, or at the Lisbon 40. Again, 2:37 to go here in this third quarter. So Starcevic still out there for the Vikings. There's a handoff. Up the gut. And that is Swenson, I believe. And he's gone. Kylan Swenson with a 40-yarder this time. 6 touchdowns already on the ground for Kylan Swenson. 40-0 Kindred. Haley back out to kick the extra point. Haley, was 4 for 5 in the first half. Extra point, snap spot, kick is way high, and it's good. 41-0 Kindred with the lead on the Bank North scoreboard. Perfect opportunity here for a Goldmark Commercial Real Estate in-game update. From commercial land to farmland and from office to industrial, Goldmark Commercial has the skills to handle all your commercial real estate and farmland needs. Go online to goldmarkcommercial.com to connect with their expert team of trusted agents. 41-0. Again, the Vikings got a 13-6 win over the Aggies of Alva Garrison Drake Animus in the first game of the year. Since then, they have outscored their opponents 91-12. And Kylan Swenson, as I mentioned, again, 6 rushing touchdowns this season. Jake Starcevic on the year. Well, he's got 7 all-purpose touchdowns, 3 through the air and 4 on the ground. Goldmark Commercial Real Estate in-game update. 41-0 here, 148 remaining here in this third quarter. Haley with the kickoff. And dropped by Adair. He picks it up at the 15, the 20, and just kind of slides down just beyond the 20-yard line. Again, 1:44 to go here in this third quarter for the Broncos and the Vikings. And looks like we're going to have some backups come out here for Lisbon. Looks like Evan Toohey, sophomore quarterback, will lead the charge here. Blake Quall is out there as well. Also Grayson Lyons and Cody Freeberg and Cruz Reinke are all out there for the Broncos. Gavin Williams is out there. Scampering out onto the field as well. Caden Dawson checks out onto the field as we get a timeout for Lisbon. 41-0, Kindred with the lead here on the Bank North scoreboard on YourLiveEvent.com, late third quarter.
I love my decision. I love the smallness of it and how close everyone is. Some of my other friends went to a four-year school, and I'm going to be done before them, even with 2 degrees and for a lot less money. My name's Casey, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like every time I go to a meeting, like everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
Coming out of this Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. More information, go online, kindredstatebank.com. 41-0, Kindred with the lead over Lisbon. As the second units come out there now for the Broncos. Probably the second unit of sorts out there for Kindred on the defensive end as well. Trying to get some guys some mentions. Some more of the starting defenders still out there for Kindred Vikings. As there's the handoff, and not much room to work with there for Caden Dawson. Running back there for the Broncos. Dawson with, looks like no gain on that one. 2nd and 10 at the 21. Should be a couple more plays left to go here in this third quarter. And we'll have running clock in the fourth quarter here as well. Kindred has not trailed. As there's a handoff there to Cruz Reinke. Kindred has not trailed since, I don't think, at all this season. They were tied with Velva at 6. But the only time they've been tied they're tied for most of the game. And Reinke, by the way, no gain on that play. Makes it 3rd and 10. Out to pass. It is incomplete there for Toohey. Fourth down here, and that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. 41-0 on the Bank North scoreboard. The Kindred Vikings about ready to go to 3-0. Kindred did trail to Velva Garrison Drake Animus, by the way, early on. The Aggies did score the first points. But it was later on in that first quarter against the Aggies that Kindred took the lead. They have not trailed since that point. Fourth quarter coming up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Quickly into the fourth quarter, Kindred recovers. And Eibach on the recovery there, I believe, for the Vikings. And great play to start the fourth quarter there for the Vikings. Their second block punt of the game as the second string comes in there now for Kindred. Clock at 11:51. Ball spotted just inside the 20 at the 19. There's a handoff up the middle, right side. Good run there. Brock Johnson on the carry there for the Vikings. He'll get up to across the 15. They'll mark him at the, looks like the 12. I'll say the 11. Gain of 8 there for Johnson. As the Vikings looking for their 7th touchdown of the game. It's a second and short here. Quarter number 4, Region 1. Battle between these two teams. Handoff, up the gut. Nice carry there. I believe Johnson again. Another first down there for Kindred. Up to the 7, a gain of 4 there, 4 more for Johnson. As we get to about 10:35 remaining here in this contest. Kindred on their way to a 3-0 start. 1-0 in region play. Lisbon will drop their first game of the year. They'll go to 2-1 overall. 0-1 to start region play. It's a drop ball. He does pick it up and does get a yard maybe. As Fisher Johnson on the carry there for the Vikings. Brings it to a second and goal. And second and goal there for the Vikings. There's the snap. Johnson again. And Brock Johnson, that is. Gain of 5. Third and goal to 1. Right on the doorstep of their 7th touchdown of the game. The Vikings closing in on 50 points for the second straight week. Quarterback keeper, and got it. Touchdown there for the backup quarterback, Gabe Whipple. Number 1 takes it in from 1 yard out. Whipple with the score. 47-0. And so they'll trot Haley out there for another extra point. As they got to take the kicking tee out there. Haley loading up to try to make his 6th extra point of the night. Snap, spot, kick is up, and that's a beauty. It's good. 48-0, Kindred with the big lead over Lisbon here. Let's go to another Goldmark Commercial Real Estate in-game updates. From commercial land to farmland, from office to industrial, Goldmark Commercial has the skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs. Go online to goldmarkcommercial.com to connect with their expert team of trusted agents. Again, 48-0 here. As we take a look at score lines in 11A, Region 1. 3 big games tonight. Central Cass, they were leading by just 2 early on. They have an 8-point lead over Northern Cass. 3 minutes to go in the third. And Thompson up on Hillsborough Central Valley, 20-14. Halfway through the fourth quarter, the Burros with the ball, trying to win on homecoming nights. Also, Ellendale Edgley Cullum is a 1-point lead over Oaks. 9 minutes to go in that one. So 3 close games in Region 1. That's a high poocher. Fair catch call, dropped. And who's got it? Looks like Lisbon got it back. 8:05 to go here in the game. All will be placed. Nope. Kindred got it. So Kindred gets the ball back. That 48-0 lead, they get it at their own 39. So, again, 4 games on tap in Region 1. The only team, or all 8 teams in action tonight. And I certainly thought if there was going to be one blowout, it wasn't going to be this game, but Kindred certainly in playoff form in Week 3 right now. So, again, lots more to take care of, but 8:05 here to go for Kindred, and second/third units out there. Whipple, and that's going to be on the right-hand side. It's a nice carry there for Clayton Altoff. Altoff takes it there, across the 30 or 25 to the 24, pickup of 15. And a first down there for the Vikings. They're continuing to play as normal, not taking it down too far on the play clock. There's a snap. It's a handoff, and out to the near side. Altoff again. And he's able to get some more. Lowers the shoulder as well. Ball spotted at the 20, a gain of 4. For Altoff, 2 carries, 19 yards. Second and 6 here for the Vikings. There's a handoff again. Altoff wrangled by the jersey, but he's still going. Inside the 15. Or are they going to say right at the 15? Inside, right at the 15. Pick up a 5 more. 3rd and 1. Just over 6 minutes to go here on the Bank North scoreboard. Couple-hour ball game here. And after, of course, regulation expires, well, that's a fumbled snap. Fumbled twice and just had to fall on it there that time. Ball goes back to the 23. Jackson Schleman, the freshman, in at the QB spot there. Javon Johnson, sophomore, comes in off the sidelines. And 5.5 to go. Kindred on a 4th and 8. They'll stay on the field with their offense. Schleiman throwing. Ooh. Incomplete. And so it'll go back to Lisbon. Lisbon takes over here, down 48-0. Again, we'll have our post-game comments, stats and analysis, look at our scoreboard. We'll have our post-game interviews. We'll give out our player of the game as well. Coming up here on the post-game, is Kindred going to move to 3-0 on the year. Lisbon will drop to 2-1. Lisbon had gone the first 2 games, outscoring their opponents 56-0. Kindred almost single-handedly does that in reverse in 1 game. Backups again on the field for the Broncos. Tui in at quarterback. And Tui takes the snap. Quarterback keeper. Not much room to work with there. And they'll say gain of a couple there. We'll say a gain of 2. The 22 for Tui. And Kindred outscoring their opponents in the last 2 games, 98-12. Total for the season, 111-18. There's a handoff there. Carry there for Cruz Reinke. Reinke with a few more yards, up to the 27. Gain of 5. And it'll be 3rd down. Here with 4:10 and counting. Just a few plays left here in this contest. And one I certainly did not expect on the score line. I thought this one was going to be a great battle. Lisbon just had some unlucky breaks go against them. They had some grid drives that got stalled. Fumble the ball there, and Reinke picks it back up. He's going to lose yardage on that one. Maybe a yard. And he'll lose 2 to the 25. And so it's a 4th down and 7. 3.5 remains here in this one. Looking ahead here just a little bit. As looks like a punt formation's coming out. Kindred is at Hillsborough Central Valley next week. There's a punt. And returnable there. I believe that's Altoff on the return to the 45-40. 35 up to the 30. Out towards the 26. Lisbon, by the way, next week, they will host Central Cass. So a gauntlet for them as they're at Kindred tonight, of course, hosting Central Cass. Hosting Northern Cass, then on the road to Oaks and EEK before closing out the season at home against the Burros and the Tommies. So Kindred has the ball at the Lisbon 27. With 2:59 to go. Got to run at least 4 or 5 plays here. So they'll just go classic I formation. It's going to be a halfback handoff. Looks like you're Tanner Mengi. The carry, he gets no gain, but he gets a carry. No gain. It'll be a 2nd and 10 here for the Vikings. Trying to get their JV squad some love, some reps, some experience formation again. This time a handoff up the gut. Not much to work with there. As that one going to go to Asher Swenson. Gain of 2. To the 25, makes it a 3rd and 8. Under 2 minutes to go here in this one. Another I formation here. Pretty much all the Broncos in the box. Rolling out, there's a pass. And Mengi, couple of flags out there on the pass from Schliemann. And so we'll see what this one's about here. And this one looks like it's coming back. Personal foul against the Vikings. Crackback block maybe. As this one will go, looks like to the 28 on the penalty. Oop, a little bit further than that. 33. This clock will stop and restart there at 1.5 minutes. 3rd and 8. 3rd and a little longer than that, I believe. Schliemann on the option. Good tackle there out in the open field. As that one was Cruz Reinke. He was cruising his way to the ball. To the 36. Under a minute to go, a 4th and 18. They will need to snap this ball. So, barring a conversion here, Lisbon will get one last chance to possess the ball. As kind of an inside handoff, and Mengi lowers the shoulder. It's a nice carry. Out to the 26, about a 9-yard gain for Mengi. As Lisbon gets at least one play. Could see a kneel down here to end this contest in about 2 hours. Couple of touchdowns here in this second half. Swenson and Whipple put scores in the second half for Kindred. Lisbon could not get much going. Mark Moss did say they haven't been tested much in the first 2 weeks. They're certainly tested tonight and plenty to look after. There's a quarterback keeper there. As Rylan Moss will take the ball a couple of yards. That'll pretty much do it. 20 seconds and counting, and now do it. Our final score on the Bank North scoreboard, Kindred with the win over Lisbon, 48-0. We'll step away here, have our post-game stats and analysis, give some interviews, award our player of the game as well. Coming up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Now available, the 2024 R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide. The digital version of the R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide is available at rjbroadcasting.com. This year, featuring schedules for the fall sports teams in the region, along with photos, coaches' bios, and highlights from the 2023 season and the fall broadcast schedule for R&J Sports and YourLiveEvent.com. The digital version of the 2024 R&J Sports Guide is available now at rjbroadcasting.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullison Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance, Gullis & Olson Agency.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com. Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
On the Bank North scoreboard, 48-0. Kindred with the win over Lisbon. We're inside the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. Stock Growers Bank in Lisbon, your small town bank and big time partner. Stock Growers mobile app, experience banking at your fingertips. Anytime, anywhere, bank near so you can go far with Stock Growers Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Again, the final 48-0. All Kindred in this one. Stats and storyline of the game go like this. It was pretty much punt, touchdown, turnover, touchdown for Kindred. That's the way it rolled, as Lisbon couldn't get anything going right away. And when they got something going a little bit later on, the turnovers really bit them in the bud. A fumble, a high snap. Jake Starcevic recovered, and Hunter Bendis pick six highlighted the first half. Starcevic started things out, 9-yard rushing touchdown, extra point. Andrew Haley made it 7-0. Kindred's next touchdown, 47-yard rush for Kylan Swenson. Extra point by Haley was good, making it 14-0. Then off the Starcevic fumble, he took it in himself, 25 yards out. Extra point no good, made it 22-0. Then Bendis got the back-to-back touchdowns, pick six, 95 yards plus, and a 19-yard touchdown reception to close out the first half. Extra points good on both to make the score 34-0 at the end of the half. The Vikings added two more touchdowns. Swenson added another from 40 yards out. 2 rushing touchdowns tonight, 6 for the season. Gabe Whipple takes it in from 1 yard out as well for the touchdowns. Extra points again good. Make the final score 48-0. Stats here from what I got compiled. We'll get to that a little bit later on. We've got our player of the game in-house, so we'll chat with him, and we'll chat with the coach hopefully as well coming up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, this is Jim, and along with Bernie, we're inviting R&J Broadcasting Incorporated listeners to join us on a tour of the Hawaiian Islands, February 22nd through March 3rd. The Big Island will be part of this trip while taking in the breathtaking views of Oahu, the Big Island, and Maui. Enjoy the perfect balance between scheduled activities mixed with personal leisure time. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ to learn more about this tour, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us. Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
And we're coming on back here with our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game at Enbridge Life Takes Energy. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. It's Hunter Bindus, a senior, and Hunter, second time being the Player of the Game, but the first time you got an interception, and you said, you know what, I'm going to take it all the way to the house. Walk me through that feeling and how gratifying it was to finally get your first interception and then your first pick six.
Yeah, so the play before, I read the quarterback, had it in my hands, and it just fell out, and I was like really down on myself. And then next play, I saw the running back swing out, ran to it, caught it, and I was like, I'm not getting caught. And I just kept sprinting as hard as I could until I got to the end zone.
You mentioned that in practice you would come up with some of these, but then you couldn't do it in the game. Was it just a mental block, or just was it timing? You know, what was it that finally made the difference?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just never was ready for the ball, and on that one I was, and finally made the play.
Let's talk you through kind of how huge this season has been so far. Kind of a tough game against Velva, but a win, and then just kind of blew the cylinders off with the win over Wahpeton and the win tonight against a good Lisbon squad. What's the feeling of going into week 4, 3-0 with 3 wins over 3 big teams?
Yeah, it feels good. We played 3 really good organizations, good teams. They got some players, and we just got to keep improving week after week and just keep getting better.
Offense, defense, special teams, you guys are clicking on all cylinders tonight. What do you maybe as an individual need to improve on, and what do you think the team needs to improve on as we go to week 4?
I think everyone's got stuff to work on. You know, me personally, I need to work on my blocking. I'll admit it. And everyone, we all know our stuff, and we're going to work on it every day in practice all week.
You got a chance to next week play Hillsborough Central Valley, another blue and white squad. What's going to take to beat the Burros next week?
Yeah, they're a good team. They got some good guys, so we just got to focus in on the week, do our film, and be ready for them on Friday night.
Hunter Bindus, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, joining us. Hunter, congratulations. Soak this one in, and best of luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll come back with some more interviews next.
Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
We keep our post game going here on YourLiveEvent.com, chatting with Lincoln Adair from Lisbon. And Lincoln, not the game you wanted. I think you guys came in maybe with the most confidence you've ever had against Kindred, but it just didn't quite work out for you. You know, take us through the game.
You know, the start was big. The start, our opening drive, we didn't get anywhere. Went 3 and out, and we had to punt, and they came down right away and scored, and that hurt. That was the start we didn't want. We look at our Castleton game last year, same bad start. The start was the biggest thing for us, and tonight we just didn't have it.
Kind of, I know it's hard when you're down that quickly and by that much to kind of stay focused and stay competitive and try to string drives together, but kind of give me the mentality of how that works of just trying to battle back.
I mean, we got to try and make less mistakes. That was the mistakes killed us. You know, we kept our heads up. It wasn't like we were getting mad at each other. It was just too many simple mistakes that we got to clean up. Just too many mistakes.
You personally finding yourself in the right place at the right time. Anybody on college or the NFL or anybody you try to model your game after that you look up to?
No, I'm a Packers fan, so I guess you know, I like watching Jair Alexander. I like watching him play defense. That's one of my
Really?
favorite guys. And Jordan Love, too. He's one of my favorites. I'm a receiver, but I like the way he plays.
So you think maybe if college come calling, you'd be open to the idea of defense? Or
I don't know about that. I got some track scouts calling my
There you
name,
go.
so I think track's more my sport.
Well, Lincoln, next week a chance to bounce back. I'm assuming the start needs to be a little better. Anything else you need to improve on?
Yeah, the start is the biggest part for us. I mean, we played Kindred and Castleton last year. Our start was much better in the Kindred game last year than it was the Castleton game, and we just got to get a little momentum early. And then just keep rolling from there.
Lincoln Adair joining us here on your live event on the post game. Lincoln, I know not the game you wanted, but we'll see you down the road and hopefully for some better results.
Yep. All right, thank you.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we remain true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
In today's fast-paced world, your business needs more than just numbers. It needs an alphabet roadmap with Olson Accounting. A is for accounts payable, where every dollar counts. B stands for balance sheets, keeping your finances on track. And C represents cash flow, the lifeblood of your business. At Olson Accounting, they're more than just number crunchers. Discover the difference with their trusted expertise, personalized service by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Back inside the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth, James Martin sending it out with you here. Thanks to Max Bernier on the camera here once again from Kindred this evening. Got a chance to talk with, of course, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, Hunter Bendis from Kindred, as well as Lincoln Adair from Lisbon. Two outstanding young men, seniors that really enjoyed the conversations with them and getting their insight on the game and on their careers. Best of luck in their futures, both this season and beyond. Take a look at some of the stats here for this contest. We went over the score lines, storylines. Jake Starcevic, 5 of 7 through the air, 63 yards and a touchdown. Did some work on the ground as well. 61 yards off just 4 carries, averaging 15 yards a carry. Got a couple of touchdowns as well. Other rushers, Kylan Swenson led the way for the Vikings, 144 yards off of 9 carries, averaging over about 15 yards a carry himself with 2 touchdowns. He's got 6 for the year. As well, Brock Johnson with 24 yards on 5 carries, averaging about 5 yards a carry. Those 3 by themselves, they collected 229 yards on the ground rushing. There were some other rushers here as well. Fisher Johnson with a yard. I have him down for, let's see here, Alt. Asher Swenson got a carry. Clayton Althoff had a nice 24 yards himself. Mengi as well with some nice carries. Tanner Mengi, 9 yards. Asher Swenson, 2 yards. So they got closer to 300, but not quite. So, but still pretty impressive stuff as they're nearing 900 yards on the ground this season, picking up multiple rushing touchdowns. Gabe Whipple with a rushing touchdown as well. Through the air, Brooks Baco led the way, 2 catches, 33 yards. Miles Steele just with the catch for 14. Bendis, that touchdown catch for 19. A couple of others in the second half, -3 for Brock Johnson, -1 for Kylan Swenson. My apologies if I missed some of the second and third stringers that got in late in the game. I'm trying to write down as many as I could there on the stat sheet. Jordan Bittner tonight finished the game at 11 of 18, 106 yards and an interception. Most of the yards going to Lincoln Adair, who just spoke with 74 yards off of 7 catches. On the ground, leading rusher was Bittner, 29 yards. Tyreek Atchison with 18. Eli Lyons with 13. And Cruz Reinke had a few yards as well. Evan Tui had a couple of yards on the ground there for the Kindred Vikings. So those are some additional stats here for you in this one. Put a recap out tonight on rjbroadcasting.com of some of the stats and storylines there of this game. Let's take a look at some scores here. Go through the rundown of the scores here as we await one and or both coaches up in the booth, hopefully. Let's take a look at 11A first. First game of the day, 5:15 out of the west side. Velvet Garrison, Drake Animus dominating Surrey 66-6. Bishop Bryan blanks Ned Rose 43-0. Rugby, they're at 2-1 this year after a struggling season last year, 28-20 with a win over Park River area. The Panthers with their first win in region play. Ray Powers Lake defeats Delax Burlington 34-20. Beulah beats Bowman County 28-14. Botno shuts out Turtle Mountain 35-0. Killdeer takes down Shiloh Christian 39-12. Thompson topples Hillsborough Central Valley in their homecoming game 28-14. The Tommies with a big win. They trailed in this game. They were up by just, I believe, 8 late. The Burros had the ball, could not answer. Central Cass looks like they're on their way to a win over Northern Cass 35-20. 8 minutes left to go in the fourth. Carrington to 3-0. They beat Grafton 34-16. Ellendale Edgeley Collin with a win over Oaks 28-20. Hard to believe the Tornadoes still the only team in Region 1 without a win this season. Harvey-Wills County had a big-ish lead earlier in the game over Langdon area and Moore Munich. They now lead by just 7. The Cardinals, fourth-ranked Cardinals, had the ball. Less than a minute to go, 42-35. That one in Harvey. Dickinson Trinity shuts out Hazen 36-0. And Southern McLean over Hart River 20-12. 9-man scores. Greg Dakota with the ball, trying to go to 2-1, trying to knock off back-to-back playoff teams from last year. Sargent County, they beat last week, trying to do the same thing at Wyndmere. 28-26, the Titans have the ball, down by 2 with under a minute to go in the game. Tioga defeats TGU 30-20. Lewis and Clark Berthold leading Dunseith 40-14. The Sioux of West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn, Walker Broughton walks all over Kenmare Bobos, Burke Central 70-6. Napoleon Gackle Streeter, big win over Richardson Taylor Hebron 38-6. Hankinson over Enderlin 61-18. Cavalier edging Hatton Northwood early in the fourth quarter. The Tornadoes have a 2-point lead, 18-16 over the Thunder. Thunder with the ball. Tri-State leading Richland 38-21. Sargent County looking to bounce back after that loss to Griggs Dakota last week with a 25-8 lead over Mayport CG. North Border beats Nelson County 46-8. Central McLean shutting out Beach at the start of the fourth, 50-0. New Rockford Cheyenne in a big one throttles last year's state champions North Prairie 60-14. New Rockford Cheyenne. I believe last year the Rockets got a win over North Prairie in the regular season as well. Lemoore Lechumeri, number 1 team of the state, beating Maple River 73-14. Larimore leading Midway Minto 48-22. Linton HMB Strasburg Zeeland, a final over Grant County Flasher 28-8. MLS defeats Divide County 30-6. South Border gets past Standing Rock 44-6. Henninger Scranton, a 20-point win over Kidder County 50-30. They send them Almont planks Henninger County 14-0. And Alexander leading South Prairie Max at the end of the first half 14-6. 11 AA scores. Minot North, a final. They did beat Wahpeton 35-21. Devils Lake on their way to a win over Valley City 27-12. Number 2 Jamestown comes back to beat West Fargo Horace 14-12. Receive votes Bismarck St. Mary's edges Grand Forks Central 14-11. And Dickinson leading number 3 ranked Fargo South 28-7. 11 AAA Minot, the defending state champions, in a rematch of last year's state title, all over Shanley at Sid Cichy 41-7. West Fargo Cheyenne in a dandy defeats Mandan 32-29. The Mustangs ranked number 1, the Braves number 3, in the state. West Fargo 32-12 over Williston. Bismarck Century over North 55-7. And Fargo Davies down to Bismarck Legacy 38-14. We'll take one more quick break and we'll come back. Looks like we'll wrap things up here from Churlo Field in Kindred. Final score of the Bank North scoreboard: Kindred 48, Lisbon nothing.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
At Polar Communications, innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
One final time, well, they shut off the lights, which means it's time to go home inside the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. Stock Growers Bank, small town bank and big time partner. The Stock Growers mobile app, experience banking at your fingertips anytime, anywhere. Bank near us, you can go far. Stock Growers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Next week, again, we have a selection of games here on yourliveevent.com as we take a look at next Friday night. Roseau visits Holly. Carrington hosts Harvey Wills County. Kindred is at Hillsborough Central Valley. Lisbon hosts Central Cass. Adebor West, Summit Omen Waban. Oaks visits Northern Cass. Sargent County hosts Wyndmere Lidgerwood. And Thompson hosting Ellendale Edgeley Cullum. I'll have that game for you on yourliveevent.com. Go and check out our full schedule at yourliveevent.com. You can also, on rjbroadcasting.com, we'll have results from these games on tomorrow's Coach's Corner. You can check out rjbroadcasting.com for the recaps and scores from this game and other games on yourliveevent.com. From all of us here at yourliveevent.com, on the Bank North scoreboard, final score 48-0. Kindred shuts out Lisbon. Kindred goes to 3-0, 1-0 in region play. Lisbon drops to 2-1. And 0-1 in region play. From all of us here at yourliveevent.com, for Max Bernier on the camera, this is James Martin saying, Kindred and Lisbon football fans, show some pride.